Hello everyone, Ian here. How you doing today? Ow, my bloody leg. Right, before we actually start the live stream off properly, I just want to let you guys know that I do have my dinner in front of me. So if I do eat during this video and some of you guys don't like it, and since it is spaghetti, there will be a lot of that horrible noise. So if some of you don't like it, just either, I don't know, try and put up with it, or maybe skip the part of the video that you don't like. Knowing you lot, you'll probably get straight to the end and be like, this is my favourite part. No, but for real though, I'm actually at the home page at the minute, and I actually have nothing to watch on my suggested here. That's weird. What the hell? So yeah, I was just going. Oh yeah, seen this one many times. Oh my bloody god! What the hell? What the hell? I mean, yeah, it definitely looks better compared to that. So, but just still, what the hell? Ah, where the hell is it? I was gonna watch Chills. Come on, let me reload, see if anything will come up. Yeah, here we go, stuff like this. Already seen that, already seen that, already seen that. Have we seen this one? I recognise her, I think. Oh, come on, I've already seen all of them. Arrgh! There were new ones there that I haven't seen, and they're not even new. I thought that guy's body was under that then for a minute. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ. Right. I remember watching that. Oh my god, I didn't see that. Are you joking? Come on. I'm hungry. I want to eat, but it's too hot at the minute. I want to watch some videos, live scary videos, because I know you guys like to watch me get scared. I swear. Oh. Who barely escaped alive. I remember watching this actually as well, so no. You guys can see the title of the video, you can see who made the videos, so if you want to find it, go find it yourself. Of course, I won't be able to link it. I don't want to watch it, for God's sake. Who cares? Started off bad and it's getting even worse, so who cares? Oh. Oh, this is the music video he was on about. Okay. 4 weeks ago. Pretty recent then. Remember last night when it kept saying, go check out my new music video? No. Please, please, please don't check out my new music video. Okay, I saw this actually on my phone. Not the actual video, I've seen the thumbnail. And yeah, let's just basically watch it. Adverts! Ooh, what the hell? Top 15.
When I said
most.
This police cam footage was taken during a massive wildfire in Sonoma County, California in 2017. Officers are doing what they can to evacuate the public and restore order, but as this brief cam video shows, they were up against total chaos at the...
Bloody hell, why is it lagging so much? As we all know, this computer can easily handle 1080... easily-ish handle 1080p.
time.
I dispatched someone from the fire department and here is dispatch I asked her. He said he is unaware of which way the fire is going. They have so fire, they can't really keep track at this point, and they also cannot answer.
Listen closely and you'll even hear the dispatcher say that they can't tell which direction the fire is spreading and seems to be genuinely overwhelmed. I have to salute this officer and all of the other brave public officials who willingly charged into a massive blaze.
Hold on a minute, let me turn the light on. I can hardly see the flipping thing. Not on that, I mean, can't see a thing in general. Hallelujah! Oh, there's a spider. There's a spider. Right above my telly. Crap. No! Ah, crap. Just... Hallelujah! You have one new message. Oh, who remembers that? I want to search that up now. Oh my god, I legit actually want to search that up. I can hear my brother in the background. What the hell? God, you... Where is it? I don't care if I spelt it wrong. Actually, I spelt it right. I think it was a meme. Where is it? It was like, hallelujah, you have one new message. Where is it? I don't know what the name of the video is called. I find it really funny.
To try and help everyone. Number 11. It's a peaceful bus ride in the Russian countryside until the large vehicle finds itself surrounded by a countless number of these winged pests.
I want to skip that, thank you.
Bus had broken.
Oh no.
Streets when he chances upon something quite strange standing in the middle of the road. Number 10. A police officer in Lincoln, Kentucky is patrolling the streets when he chances upon something quite strange standing in the middle of the road. A tiny figure runs towards his headlights as soon as he gets out of the car to investigate.
Deputy Jeremy Gatney of the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office was on a routine patrol when his headlights shone across something running towards him.
The officer is surprised to find a small child standing in the middle of the road without any adults nearby. He instinctively picks the toddler up, and just moments later,
Come on! That's annoying. Fine. Annoying 720p.
Mack truck plows by very close to where the child was first spotted. It's a good thing the police officer saw the child first, because I doubt the driver of the tall truck would have noticed until it was too late. Apparently, the child had wandered out the front door of his home when no one was looking and took off down the busy road. The family was extremely relieved to have their child back, and fortunately they were not charged with neglect. Number 9. This YouTuber is fairly sure that he's captured a ghost on his dash cam when he...
Why are you taking so long? Come on!
He's traveling down a suburban road and sees reflective lights on the right. Watch the parked car on the right to see what I mean. I personally think it looks like someone could be stepping into his line of movement here. It happens quickly, so I'll play it again in slow motion. Let me know if you see it.
Right there. Right there.
But when he pulls up to where the lights were, he and his friends are surprised to find nothing's there.
Where did it go?
What did that say at the
Surprised to find nothing's there.
Oh.
Where did it go? They walked in front of the car, right?
Yeah, it was like a wheelchair or something.
Both of them swear they saw the lights and thought someone was crossing the street. I guess his headlights could have been reflecting off of the parked car, but then again, the angle doesn't exactly seem to match up. Let me know if you see it and what you think it could have been. Number 8. A gigantic streak of lightning in Paducah, Kentucky was...
Really? I have amazing internet, guys, I tell you now. Okay, for real though, I have flipping full signal and it's still struggling. What? What the hell is going on?
8. A gigantic streak of lightning in Paducah, Kentucky was so large that it was caught by 2 different police dash cams. The first police car was far away, and its dash cam footage shows just how long this massive lightning bolt was, and the second police car was much, much closer.
If you could go back through it. Well, 2 reasons. One, it would be...
Oh my god.
The lightning bolt directly hit a nearby residence. Fortunately, everyone inside was alright, but this particular officer will never forget how close he came to being charred alive. Number 7. A Russian driver is having a casual conversation behind the wheel when suddenly his thoughts are interrupted by a bizarre and unexpected change of events.
Oh my god. Wait, is it a sinkhole or like...
A large cement truck just a few cars ahead of them literally plunges below the asphalt as a gigantic sinkhole forms underneath its back tires. The cement truck driver soon comes out and surveys what just happened, but there's little for him to do. If anything, he and everyone else should be hurrying to get away from the sinkhole instead of casually observing it. I don't know what happened next, but hopefully the sinkhole did not grow any larger and everyone made it out okay. Number 6. This electrifying event occurred in May of 2017 on the northeastern side of Shenyang City.
Oh my god. Ooh, bloody hell, that must have been quite a shock.
A white-hot light showers the street with sparks, but it's not from a blown transformer or down power lines. A bolt of lightning has cracked the asphalt with the type of raw power that only nature can generate. It's a good thing that this street was lined with trees instead of power lines, or else this dashcam video would have almost certainly looked a whole lot worse. Number 5. This dashcam footage was taken on a busy road somewhere in India. Nothing looks out of the ordinary until a tiny object performs a bizarre aerial maneuver while hovering above the road. The saucer-shaped object appears to somehow stop and change directions mid-flight. Somehow, none of the oncoming motorists in the other lane seem to notice, which I think is odd, but maybe it all happened too fast for them to see. If not, then I think this dashcam video might be a fake, but I'm curious to hear your opinion. Number 4.
Fake.
A YouTuber named Alyssa Cross is driving down a local road somewhere in the south when she comes across a person who she has never seen before acting quite strangely by the side of the road.
Why is his window cracked? Oh my god, get your window fixed, man.
You can hear the nervousness in Alyssa's voice as she and her friend agree that it looks like this person could have some sort of strange virus.
Virus? Again with the internet! What's going on? 7 minutes, 19 seconds. Okay, let's just reload and try again. You know, might be YouTube, I'm sorry. What the hell? Advance! I tell you now,
When I said
I will lose my mind.
This police cam.
Okay, but let's go from about there.
You can hear the nervousness in Alyssa's voice as she and her friend agree that it looks like this person could have some sort of strange virus. Zombie or not, one can only wonder how many other viral outbreaks began in this exact same casual style of conversation. It appears that if that's not the case, then this person is under the influence of something strong. Alyssa quietly drives past and leaves the stranger behind. Number 3. This mysterious dashcam footage was taken somewhere in Europe years ago and has been stumping YouTubers across the world ever since. When this car takes a left, you can clearly see that all of the other cars in the opposite lane are at a full stop. In other words, there's absolutely no incoming traffic.
Watch, there's that car going past that
Then
car.
all of a sudden this happens.
And then...
The car is suddenly cut off by a second car that appears seemingly out of nowhere. Keep in mind that 2 other cars were making a right at the same time, and at no point does there appear to be any space for this ghost car to squeeze through. I've watched this video over a dozen times and still have no explanation, so help me out if you have any idea how this happened. Number 2. Ronald Wiley was driving down a long stretch of road in West Virginia when suddenly no less than 7 trees simultaneously fall nearly on him. In his blue pickup truck, he's stunned for a moment and then quickly throws the vehicle in reverse because there are live power lines near that look like they could give way at any moment if Ronald had been going just a little bit faster, or if the trees were growing literally just a few inches to the left. Then he no doubt would have been caught in the middle of this and been a goner for sure. Instead of this outcome, he somehow makes it with only minor damage to a windshield wiper. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go back to this
360p, more blurry videos, yay!
IT Chills
Hurry
because
up!
I did. And then Sunday, when suddenly the number 1, it's late at night in the Russian Urals when suddenly the atmosphere itself becomes unrecognizable.
2014? Flipping hell.
A brilliant flash of reddish yellow light intensifies for a full 15 seconds before dissolving back into darkness as if nothing had happened. Scientists have been able to give no explanation for this occurrence, though this looks like it could possibly be a blast in my opinion. Give me your best guess or let me know if you agree. Either way, this dazzling and silent light show is one of the craziest things I've seen on dashcam by far. Surveillance systems are supposed to keep you secure, but all too often this feeling of extra safety is simply just an illusion. Bad things can always happen in an instant, and during these types of situations, all a surveillance system can do is document the scary events as they unfold.
Bloody hell, man. YouTubers who ran away from scary people. And then again, it might have been faked. Okay, who the hell is this creepy bugger? I swear, for another advert. I swear, another advert. Oh.
7 creepiest things caught on security cameras. In this video, Fact Faction takes a look at 7 CCTV feeds. We feature some of the creepiest occurrences ever recorded on camera, including the paranormal and plenty of horrified humans. Get yourself prepared for poltergeist activity, unwelcome guests, and the alleged ghost of a small boy.
Bloody hell. I want to watch the ghost of the boy, actually. That's the only thing I want to watch, really.
In August 2017, while Brianna Hernandez and her husband were dining on an evening meal, the latter of the pair spotted something spooky meandering across their property's security cameras. First unnoticed by Brianna, her keen-eyed husband saw a floating figure. When interviewed, Brianna told reporters, quote, "As soon as I saw it, my hair stood up. I've never seen anything like that before." What her husband had spotted seemed to be a human form drifting across the family driveway close to the couple's cars. Speaking to reporters, Brianna stated, "You can see the movement of either arms or legs going with the body as it goes by." Judging from the footage, her description is pretty accurate. According to the testament of the couple, just before the pair moved into the home, they had spoken to a man who was familiar with the property. This man told the twosome that his uncle had passed away while living in a nearby property. The couple believe that it may be this same man who they saw on CCTV. In the footage, the shape seems to be skipping playfully across the screen with its blazing bright white shape. Although some viewers have
It does
shown
look like
staunch
it's skipping,
skepticism,
actually.
the footage does look pretty creepy. Since speaking to local reporters, the couple
does
have
look
remained
like it's
quiet on
skipping.
any future developments, and the identity of the original white figure remains unknown.
Oh my god.
In August
stalkers,
2016,
why?
Reddit user named Fat
Forget it. I wanna watch the one with the boy. Seen this one?
lure the children.
Yeah, seen that one.
Why is it that some students get A stars and others get C's and D's? We're all
Don't know, don't care.
By what he found.
Ah, my ear. Feels like there's hair in my ear constantly. Yeah, a homeless woman living up the
Left an update on his
corner.
happenings may be the result of a poltergeist or dead children. Paranormal investigators tasked with exploring the ongoing. What makes this case most curious of all is that it currently is ongoing. The first time he saw the boy in a dream, Ellis had reportedly been suffering from sleep or seemingly crossing. This app works by detecting noises made during the night. What he found was vague, but included static electric noises, along with face-to-face with him. In the dream, Ellis snapped some photographs. When awake, he then checked
God.
and found what appeared to be images of David with his half-dented head.
Bloody hell. Striped shirt and every... No. No. No, no, no. He does have a
Ellis then
half-dented
took
head.
further creepy photographs, which clearly showed David sitting upright in the apartment. These images also showed him staring at the ceiling and standing over Ellis as he slept. The final picture of this sequence is an extreme close-up of David, showing only his hair and the top of his head. Ellis continues to update his Twitter with current ongoings.
That has to be fake.
Most recently,
Surely.
he discovered small footprints in the snow outside of his apartment.
What?
Ellis recently had another dream in early January 2018 of David crashing down from the ceiling onto his chest. A photograph taken by Ellis shows David falling from the ceiling. As of January 2018, the updates continue.
Bloody hell,
And there you have
man.
it. These were the creepiest security camera videos we could find. Which
Flipping
footage
hell.
do you think was the most bizarre? Thanks for watching. Please
Chills, I've not seen this.
All of these YouTube
I've not seen this one. Ah, YouTubers, they could have faked it. I'll give it a watch.
All of these YouTubers claim to have caught something on tape that is scary, unexpected, and sometimes even possibly not of this world. I think all of these videos have a
Jesse,
strong probability of being real, but as you watch this list, be sure to tell me which ones you think are legitimately unscripted.
Oh god.
Number 14. A YouTuber named Ali H and his dog are exploring the woods behind his old elementary school when he chances upon a GoPro sticking out of the forest floor. He takes it home and reviews the footage out of curiosity. This is what he finds.
What the hell? Wait, worshipping? Not worshipping, flipping.
Ali H says the video made him feel physically uneasy and on alert. He has since called on the YouTube community to look at this video for hidden meanings, but as far as I know, nobody has figured it out. Maybe we should start by reversing the audio portion on this clip to see if it gives us any clues. Number 13. Jesse and Gina are two hosts of a
BF
popular
versus
YouTube
GF.
channel called BF vs. GF. One night, the two of them go out.
But they're not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore, so what is their channel called now? Is it still BF versus GF, or is it like friend versus friend, or FVF, or something like that? Or F versus F? I don't know, for friend versus friend. I mean, I don't know, just guessing.
With another friend to explore an old prison that's supposedly haunted. A strange figure appears behind Jesse at about 11.5 minutes into the video. Pay attention to the doorway on the left.
To see if he did. So I'll just read it now. And we did a seance.
It echoes so bad in here.
This vanishing shadow caused a huge commotion in the comments section, but the real question is whether or not this is a shadow person or simply a person's shadow. I did notice that this was filmed a shadow person or simply a person's shadow. I did notice that this was filmed right by the exit sign, so I wouldn't be surprised if this shadow was just a silhouette of a visitor leaving. There's just no way for me to be 100% certain, so I definitely like to get your opinion on this one. Number 12.
No.
I'm not sure what country this video was shot in, but according to the description, a YouTuber named Just James is exploring a German bunker from World War II when he comes across this terrifying chamber.
Is that a noose?
The small concrete space has a low-hanging rope and a pentagram symbol etched in what I hope is just red paint. There's also a small arrow pointing down to what could very well be a place of sacrifice. Just James doesn't stick around for long and quickly runs.
Really? A pentagram symbol in a World War II cabin thing? That is
away.
That
I
is
noticed
so
they weren't very deep in
disrespectful.
the bunker, so this strange scene could have easily been created by some other visitors. Maybe a cult really does lurk in these underground bunkers, in which case Just James made a smart decision by turning around. Number 11. Gabby Hanna is a YouTuber who is afraid that she may not be alone in her house. She made this video in response to a lot of comments about a different video she had recently made. In it, people claim that they could hear a random voice say her name, so she decides to take a closer listen. Sure enough, it does sound like a disembodied voice says Gabby from somewhere off camera. Gabby Hanna swears that she and her friend were the only two people in the home at the time and that the voice is not part of the song. Let me know if you can hear it and what you make of this situation. Number 10. After experiencing odd activities around his house for 3 days, a YouTuber named Huff Paranormal decides to investigate. He grabs a device used to communicate with ghosts called an EVP and begins to watch.
I remember seeing this channel because if I remember correctly, Huff Paranormal, hasn't he tried to do interviews with Freddie Mercury's spirit and people like Pete Burns and all that? Why is it coming up with that? Hold on a minute. Yeah, not like that. What? Hold on. Yeah, this guy, yeah. I mean, I don't think he's done Pete Burns, but I know he's done really famous people, or tried to do really famous people like Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, all that sort of stuff. So I do recognise it.
Walk around the living room.
Is there anyone in here? Hello?
It isn't long before he gets a response. Keep in mind that his television is on mute. And when he reverses the message, it sounds like this. In my opinion, I think this video's footage is authentic. I do find it odd that the responses always seem to revolve around leaving or finding someone. Let me know if you think it's just a coincidence, or if you think that this is the ghostly manifestation of a lost spirit. Number 9. Explore With Us is an interesting YouTube channel where a family explores abandoned places that are way out in the middle of YouTube spirit.
I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Family explores abandoned places that are way out in the middle of...
Hold on, let me just move my microphone. There we go. Don't know where to put the tripod now. There we go, so I don't keep knocking the microphone by accident.
Of nowhere. During one expedition, the crew stumbles upon an old log cabin that gives them a bad feeling from the beginning. They decide to enter anyway. They poke around for a while and find mostly nothing else but trash. The floor is littered with cardboard and scraps of wood. Then they come across what I feel was the source of their hesitation earlier.
No.
Some more clothes on the ground. We need a flashlight.
An old noose hangs directly above a pile of old tattered clothes. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I'm thinking whoever used to own this place may have let themselves out, to put it mildly. I guess they didn't think to kick aside the clothes to see if there were any human remains underneath. Or maybe they just didn't want to know the answer. Truly a sad situation all around. Number 8. Freddy44 is a YouTuber with a terrible problem.
I can feel it moving around.
Spray this in yourself.
No, you're doing good, dude.
But I don't. But I can't get it because you're moving.
Something has climbed inside of his ear and won't out. They pick at it for a while, but only succeed in removing small bits and pieces. Not even the emergency room can get rid of it after a 2-hour procedure. 2 full days later, Freddy is finally able to see a specialist and find out what's been so deeply lodged in his ear canal.
All the way in there. There it is. Got it.
Do you want to see it next to his face?
Oh my lord.
Here goes.
Okay, here's some perspective.
This is the June bug that had managed to become trapped in Freddy's ear. Believe it or not, they had to remove the giant bug in 2 separate sections, so what you are seeing here is roughly half of its true size. Number 7. Michael D. McGee has an entire YouTube channel dedicated to the numerous paranormal encounters he's experienced in his home. It's gotten so bad that he will sometimes leave cameras around his house at random just to record what happens. Take this kitchen video for instance. Watch the bottle just right of the sink.
I'm really hungry. I'm sorry I'm eating in front of you guys. I shouldn't be actually.
This video is from 2015 anyway. And there hasn't been any updates on this situation for quite a while. Some commenters say he could have just been using a string, but I encourage you to check out the rest of his videos and make your own conclusions. Number 6. This unlucky YouTuber has an unwelcomed intruder in their home that's not even human. With a mop in one hand, the brave husband opens a window and taps along the wall to shoo the gigantic spider away.
Oh my god.
Why? Bye-bye, Simon. I say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
He pushes the door closed and locks it in one smooth motion with the handle of the mop. Then he goes to comfort his family. Let me know what kind of gigantic spider this is, and more importantly, if they have a venomous bite. With this information, we'll know exactly how much danger this family was in. Either way, hopefully this huge bug never returns. Number 5. A famous YouTuber named Guava Juice is on vacation in Peru when he decides to walk the streets by himself at night. He remembers a house nearby that's supposed to be haunted and decides to check it out. He's looking at the house from the street when something peels back at him through the window. Watch this part.
What?
I'm gonna take Sean to the disco.
I'm live. Alright. I guess.
Please let me know what's written on the house in Spanish.
Haunted house. Let's see if we can get in there somehow. Oh my god, what's that shadow? You guys see that shadow? What is that? Is that a head?
I guess it could be a piece of furniture, but it also looks like it could be a figure wearing a hood or some kind of cloak. Then this happens.
You guys see that? You guys see that? Like a shadow figure just...
A bizarre, shadowy mass seems to move from right to left across the window. Let me know if you think this is an authentic paranormal incident or just video editing. Number 4. A YouTuber named Brennan Taylor is hiking with his friends on a nice day and decides to make a vlog. Little does he know this pleasant walk is about to turn into an all-out manhunt. They aren't walking for long before they come across another person who clearly doesn't belong.
That we're at, like, it's called Victory Trails. Let's go this way though. Wait, hold on a second, what the?
They are quietly talking about what to do next when one of his friends decides to start messing with the stranger for no apparent reason.
Alright, should we Hey, how you doing, man? Shut the fuck up! What the f?
Brennan and his friends all take off and the clown pursues. I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a prank, but then again, at one point they are hiding in the trees and Brennan has a very realistic nervous breakdown. They're trying to spot their car from the treetops when the clown almost catches up to them.
He's right there. Shut up, shut up. Shut up.
They throw a water bottle in the opposite direction, and the clown runs off towards the noise. The group of friends barely manage to evade the man and eventually get away. Like most of the people who have watched this video, I can't figure out if this was an actual psycho or just one of their friends. As we all know, there's a lot of strange people out there, and anything can happen. Number 3. A YouTuber named 42mviews is minding his own business when he notices somebody behaving strangely outside of his home. They appear to have a particular interest in this man, or at least the house he lives in. The stranger continues this unsettling routine for more than an hour.
Is that binoculars?
By now, the man recording is very anxious, but he doesn't want to go outside of his home and confront the man. Instead, he posts this video to YouTube to ask for advice. I personally think that this person was casing his house for a break-in on a later date, or maybe he is having a delusion that involves this address. Either way, the chances of anything good coming from this seems quite low. Let me know if you think you would have had the courage to confront him, or if you would have done something like contact the police. Number 2. Mangerdas Tremonis is exploring the bottom of a local lake when he spots a round object that doesn't match the rest of the scenery. After some resistance, he plucks free a crustacean-covered cranium that's clearly once belonged to a human. It must have been down there for quite a while, because now large aquatic life appears to be growing all over the surface and slowly breaking the organic matter down. Either this is the real thing, or else it's a very good-looking prop. Let me know which one you think it is. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what poll on my...
If he showed that skull to the police without recording, he probably could have got arrested. Like, for real.
Instagram, tap the like. Back to this video, he chills because that's one person. So if you're generous way, you'll be notified of number 1. A YouTuber named Fanatic is fishing in Louisville, Texas, when he snags something so rotten it makes him gag. Inside of the bag is a scary discovery that forces Fanatic to call the police.
And I pulled the bag up and it had some type of bones in it. I don't know if they're animal bones or human bones or if they're...
The entire 911 conversation is recorded, and a police officer shows up to investigate, so there is absolutely no doubt that this video is legit. They take the bags of bones absolutely no doubt that this video is legit. They take the bags of bones away for evidence, and as far as I know, the lab results have never been made public. Most police officers work hard to keep us safe, but as these dashcam videos show, there are still some situations that even law enforcement are not ready to handle.
That is true. Just one there with the aeroplane going by that actually
Most
crashes,
police
as we
officers
know
work hard to
already.
keep us safe, but as these dashcam videos show, there are still some
Like that one-
situations
that
that
one
even
there.
law enforcement are not ready to handle. Number 13. In December of 2017, just a week before Christmas, this man was busy impersonating a police officer and pulling over numerous innocent citizens. He had fake lights on his car and even had a dash cam to record himself while on this massive ego trip. The person on the hood has no idea that they are being stopped, searched, and handcuffed by a man with absolutely no affiliation with law enforcement. Once his hands are behind his back, this poor innocent person is at the complete mercy of a stranger.
Copy, I'll look at it, thanks. 1629.
Are you for real? Someone pretending to be a policeman. Are you for real right now?
Police in Tucson, Arizona have never revealed what happened to the man next, but he appears to be led into the back of the impersonator's vehicle with his hands cuffed. I can only imagine what sort of terrible activities happened from there, and I hope he made it out okay. Number 12. Police in Louisville, Kentucky are conducting a late-night stop for a traffic violation at 3:30 a.m. Everything seems relatively normal until they hear a muffled scream coming from the trunk. Arms drawn, they pop the trunk only to find a bound man inside. Police question the man and learn more about his story. Sean Blomer was working the night shift at a Circle K gas station when 4 crazed maniacs jumped him at random. They roughed him up badly and then stuffed him in the trunk of his own car. By the time the police had pulled them over, Sean had been in the trunk for 4 hours and was passing in and out of consciousness. I shudder to think how easily this could have happened to any one of us and what they probably would have done with him that night had the cops not intervened. Number 11. A police officer in Newcastle, Oklahoma is patrolling the highway one afternoon when he feels a change in atmosphere. Everything feels still and way too calm. There's not a single bird singing or even a hint of breeze. As the swirling skies begin to darken overhead and the rain starts to pour, the officer realizes that a tornado is forming. He's much too close to escape. There's not much he can do now except for park and pray.
If you need me to. Affirmative, we got debris, appears to be Country Club, and Highway 37, lots of debris, got power flashes.
He's eventually forced to drive in reverse when the tornado comes towards him and swallows a building whole just to his right. Reports of downed power lines and flying debris flood his radio as the tornado blasts through the town. All this brave officer can do is follow in the wake of the tornado and assist survivors however he can. By the time the treacherous weather passed, dozens of lives had been lost. Number 10. A police officer named Adam Brunswick is the only officer patrolling Spooner, Wisconsin when he makes this startling discovery. A child in a yellow shopping cart is speeding out of the Dollar General store parking lot and heading directly into traffic. Officer Brunswick knows that there is no safe way to stop the cart before it reaches the road, so he puts on his emergency lights and parks in the middle of the busy highway to stop traffic. He then bravely rushes out of his car and grabs the child before any harm is done. As the mother would later explain, she was loading another child in the car when her shopping cart had slipped away on its own with her infant child inside.
She was just hysterical.
It's not often that officer.
She's in tears and unable to properly thank the officer for saving her child's life.
When I said
Number 9. This dashcam footage reveals a somber conversation between a police officer and a man who has made a serious mistake that can never be taken back.
I hate to tell you, but I checked you going 116 the other way, and I turned around and I was trying to catch you. That's going to weigh on me that I didn't catch you before.
Wait, man, I killed somebody.
Yeah.
On New Year's Eve, this impaired driver in Canadian County, Oklahoma, took the lives of 2 innocent drivers while going well over 100 miles per hour. Craig Maker had been charged with 2 serious felonies that could very well place him in prison for life. Records indicate that this is his 5th DUI arrest. He has not been sentenced yet and clearly shows remorse in this video. After seeing this video, let me know how long you would give him behind bars if you were the judge. Number 8. Dashcam footage from Gautier, Mississippi shows this police officer getting the surprise of a lifetime. Giant clouds are brewing overhead when all of a sudden, a fiery streak of lightning strikes less than a quarter mile away without warning. The bolt is so bright that the police officer nearly goes blind. He pulls off the road and locates the site of the blast, where he discovers a smoldering chunk of cement that's still smoking. My question is, what caused the lightning bolt to literally catch fire like that? I've seen lightning strikes in other dashcam videos, and they never involve fire. Apparently, it didn't hit a power generator or a power line, so if you can explain this visual phenomenon, then please let me know. Number 7. A South Wales police helicopter is flying 1,000 feet above the Bristol Channel when its thermal camera detects a perfectly round sphere in the distance. The pilot quickly radios in the visual disturbance to ground control, but they can't seem to find anything matching the description on their radar equipment. That's when the pilot realizes he can't actually see the sphere with his own eyes, only the thermal camera can. Maybe this was a camera malfunction, or maybe this circular object has some sort of advanced cloaking properties. Either way, there's been no suitable explanation for this perplexing sighting, and here's the weirdest part. When the pilot zooms in for a closer look, the sphere opens into what could very well be some sort of free-roaming vortex. If this really is a portal, then who knows what's on the other side. Number 6. A police officer in Hamilton Township, New Jersey, is doing neighborhood patrols when a bright white light suddenly streaks across the sky. This aerial fireball was noticed by hundreds of other locals as well. It could just be me, but I feel like there's been an increase in meteorite sightings over the past few months. What exactly this could mean, if anything, I'll leave up to you to decide. Number 5. A deputy in Pinellas County, Florida, is sitting in the median checking for speeders when suddenly an aircraft passes by way too close overhead. You can tell from how the plane unsteadily wobbles that the pilot has completely lost control. A second deputy's dashcam catches another angle of the plane's descent as it falls towards the ground. The 2 officers race over to the scene and find a path of fallen trees and twisted metal strewn in the road.
God, November 19th, that's nearly 2 years ago. My cousin's birthday today, in 3 more days it'll be my birthday. When did you get back? What about Polly? Where's she? See how much I struggled to get to the flipping.
Ah, shut up.
Yeah, I have to bloody stand up. What the hell?
Alright. Come on. Ew, please.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, come on it. Come on it. Unicorn. Unicorn. Have you seen your head in the mirror? You got a round bloody head. A round bloody head.
I thought you said brown head.
No, I didn't.
You're racist now.
Oh, shut up. No, I'm not. You know that.
Oh, blah.
I said round bloody head, not brown bloody head. I can talk. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 whatever. Oh my god. How long have I been streaming for, actually? I want to find out. Is that my actual... Oh no, it's the computer mouse, never mind. For 52... Yeah, 52 minutes. I don't care. Who cares if it's going past the recommended thingamajiggy? I for sure don't. Let's move this right next to me again. Hello.
They block off the road and call emergency medical services. As it turns out, this was the personal aircraft of a Major League Baseball player named Roy Halladay. An autopsy revealed multiple intoxicants in the athlete's system while operating the plane. Number 4. It's a scorching hot summer day in Los Angeles. When police stop a suspicious man for questioning, he gives the officer a name and a good reason for being out here by himself.
You live around here, boy? No. Where you live?
Oh, come on. Ooh, how scary. What did you do?
Down the road by Pineville. Pineville? Uh-huh. Okay. Do you have any form of identification on you? No, man. What's your name? Robert Jones. Robert Jones? Uh-huh. Right now, what's your address? I don't have an address. I'm at the hotel. We're working on houses and stuff like that, the roofing.
Robert Smith says that he is working for his brother's roofing company and staying with him at a hotel. He jogs 12 miles a day no matter what, which is why he's out here in 113-degree weather. There's just one problem.
What is? We got an escapee. Oh. Where from? Prison.
The suspicious officer radios dispatch and tries to match Robert Smith's features with those of an escaped prisoner. He compares eye colors, tattoos, facial hair, and other personal identifiers.
You know the bad thing about it? What's that? You'll match it up to him. Come on. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Yeah.
Despite all of these matches, the officer completely buys his roofing story and decides to let him go.
I promise you, I'm not no serious escapee. You'd have done run by now. You know that yourself. You'd have done run by now. No.
Later, the officer would discover that Robert Smith is actually Richard Lee McNair, the escaped convict he was looking for. The man had escaped from prison 2 other times. One time he actually escaped by mailing himself out in a box. Richard had since been caught and is serving a life sentence for taking another man's life with a firearm. On that day, however, he was simply the convict who got away. Number 3. A New Jersey police officer is making a routine traffic stop late at night on a poorly lit road. He starts to head back towards his car to run the license, but then he spots something out of the corner of his eye and demonstrates some impressive reflexes.
Copy.
The officer skillfully rolls away from a moving car just in time to avoid being flattened. I'm really surprised the officer was able to react so quickly with a belt full of heavy equipment, but then again his adrenaline probably kicked in before he even fully knew what was going on. Props to this officer for having such a fast reaction time. Hopefully the city puts some street lights up soon for better visibility in the future. Number 2. When a quick-thinking officer responds to a call of a burning vehicle in Glen Heights, Texas, he knows exactly what to do. The car is in danger of catching the nearby restaurant on fire, so he pulls up and takes care of the situation fast and efficiently.
Oh my god, wow.
The brave officer takes his life into his own hands and bumps the car into the parking lot away from the building. The vehicle could have exploded at any time with enough force to cover him in flames and piping hot debris. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I like button to this video. Chills you a happier bit, then thank you. Number 1. This police dashcam footage was taken in a quiet neighborhood in South Jersey. Officers and gas line workers were trying hard to find a reported gas leak somewhere in the area, but sadly they were not able to find it in time to prevent this from happening. 15 people were caught in the blast. Most frightening of all, this ordinary neighborhood seems no different than anywhere else, which means none of us are totally safe. Animal mutations can happen for a wide variety of reasons. Sometimes it's genetic.
Bloody hell, man. What?
And sometimes it's because of changes in the
creatures caught on camera.
What a beautiful animation. So smooth. Well, interesting to see what is inside. Okay, dolphin.
Many ecosystems are still too dangerous for us to fully map out and explore, and with unknown environments comes the possibility of unknown creatures. Whether the footage on this list is real or not is up to you to decide. Either way, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Chills.
Wait, is this an old video or something? Ah, bloody hell. Never seen this one before then, clearly.
Number 20, the Bridge Walker. A person in Ukraine was filming a calm river one evening just in time to capture a humanoid-looking creature cross underneath of a bridge using all fours.
What the hell? I think...
As the footage shows, something is grabbing onto the underside of a bridge and silently making its way across. Exactly what the creature is remains a debate online to this day. Some people have pointed out that this could be a human, but others have noticed how its legs and arms appear to be the exact same length. It almost looks like it could be an animal, but I'm not aware of any animal from this region that likes to hang upside down from bridges. Besides, if someone had to go underneath a bridge like that for whatever reason, then they would either hang from their arms or else hug the bridge tightly while creeping across. This thing, on the other hand, just swings across the bottom like it's no big deal. Human or not, this thing definitely has a very bizarre center of gravity as it moves. Number 19, Slenderman. A British YouTuber is making a video to show off how fast his new bike is. After a short video explanation, he takes off down the road. A short while later, this happens.
There's that noise again.
The figure in this video appears to be the Slenderman, a long-limbed humanoid in a black suit who is often seen lingering in the background of videos. It's said that he primarily hunts children. Although he is probably made up, some say that having enough people believe in him has now caused the myth to come to life. Then its child killer is alive and well. The biker returns to the camera a short while later. He is breathing hard now from his short ride. Somehow he doesn't even notice the Slenderman slowly walking around in the background. Eventually a car stops to warn him about the long-legged figure walking around in the field. Only then he reviews the footage and spots the creature, at which he uploads this recording straight to YouTube.
Oh my god, it does look like he was wearing some sort of suit. What?
Reviews the footage and
yeah, you can see something white around there.
Spots the creature, at which he uploads this recording straight to YouTube. Number 18. The Florida Sea Beast. Gene Sourwine has been fishing off the Florida coast for hours now, and he's about to call it a day. He casts his line into the gently bobbing blue waters one last time and starts to patiently reel it in. That's when he sees it, something in the ocean. He can't see its whole body, only brief glimpses. It looks giant, as in prehistoric size. Suddenly a snake-like head surfaces and goes back under the water. But Gene can tell this is no snake. For one thing, this monster has a huge round body and webbed fins. It's easily over 14 feet long and looks to weigh more than a ton.
Here you see the back coming out of the water. And since there's not a dorsal fin on it, it's unlikely that it would be some kind of dolphin.
Gene is watching something incredible, but he knows that he needs both video evidence and a witness for anyone to take this seriously. So he goes back to the mainland and grabs his brother and a camera. They rush back to the same location and start filming again, hoping that the sea creature hadn't moved on while they were away. As the footage shows, their sea monster most certainly had not gone anywhere. As much as they have tried, experts and internet critics alike cannot explain exactly what this footage is. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% real, but I'm also saying that I personally can't tell if it's fake either. This even made it onto an episode of Monster Quest on the History Channel, and nobody could explain it on there either. Coincidentally, there are reports in the 1800s of sailors seeing huge monsters around the waters of Jacksonville, Florida. These creatures had huge bodies and serpent-like heads. They were also quite aggressive and would chase the boats for miles. Could this be video evidence of the sailors' claims hundreds of years later? Number 17,
wow.
The Alaskan Water Assassin. There's a lot of questionable videos on the internet, but...
Hold on, before we continue, I want to try something. I just want to see if I can put files on from one computer to another using TeamViewer. So hold on a minute, I want to give this, I legit want to give this a go. Hold on. I thought of it earlier and I completely forgot about it. And I've only just remembered it. Got it loaded on this computer quicker than this one. And this one's flipping Windows 7. Whilst this one is Windows 10. You gonna load then or what? There we go. Let's do Windows 7. I legit don't know. Whoa, that's a lot. Whoa, that's weird seeing myself control it. So if I do that, put you to one corner there. Yeah, whatever for now. Let's say I want to put... What could I put onto it? I don't know. This maybe? I actually don't know. Can I? I can! I actually can! I'll put it right there on the desktop. No way! I've never done that before. That could have made things so much easier. Oh, that would have made things so much bloody easier. There's a small... Oh, and there was a small something right there when I found it. That is so cool. That is really cool. I didn't know I could do that. Yeah, but I didn't know I could do that. That could have made things miles easier. Oh my god. Wow. Bloody wow. I'm annoyed now, actually, that I didn't find this sooner. Because I actually have a bunch of stuff that I want to put on to the Windows 10 computer. I don't know what song I've already got on my Windows 7 and Windows 10 computer. If only I knew this earlier. That could make things so much easier. Ow! That really hurt. Ah, flipping hell. God. If only I knew that sooner, you know?
But here's one with a very legitimate source. This footage was taken by the Alaskan Bureau of Land Management and posted on their Facebook page.
God.
Swimming in the chilly waters is what some believe is a distant relative of the Loch Ness Monster. Others say that this creature wasn't really moving at all, and that it was probably a floating piece of rope. Even if it was staying in place, a lot of sea animals are known to remain stationary for long periods of time, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not real. Only Mother Nature knows for sure, and she's not telling. Number 16, the cave creature. Most people agree that this video is probably CGI, but there's still a large portion of the internet that believes it is authentic, so let's take a closer look. It was supposedly taken somewhere in Colombia in 2011. The first thing to indicate that this could be fake is the dramatic music. Also, the sound effects don't seem particularly realistic. Still, the original sound seems to have been lost long ago, so maybe this is authentic footage that has been heavily edited over the years. Anyway, the cave explorer flashes his light on something that appears to be sleeping on the cave floor. I have to admit that these are some pretty convincing special effects if this is fake, especially for 6 years ago. The lighting looks very good, the camera angles look staged, but then again, it is possible that they were shooting some sort of home movie when they accidentally came across this cave creature. Whoever filmed this doesn't seem to be coming forward, so we'll likely never know if it's real or fake for sure. Number 15, the albino Sasquatch. This footage was taken in 2011. A man is wandering the woods in Pennsylvania when his flashlight chances upon one of the most popular humanoids of all time. This Sasquatch is devoid of pigment and doesn't put up much of a fight, instead taking off as soon as the flashlight beam hits its face. Notice not only how fast it runs, but also how silently it moves. Somehow it was able to watch the cameraman from less than 10 feet away and get away with hardly any noise. Number 14, Homunculus. The homunculus is rumored to be an artificial type of creature that was first discovered sometime during the medieval ages by the way of alchemy. The recipe for this legend has since been lost, but some YouTubers have claimed to have rediscovered a way after doing some tinkering in their kitchen. The process used to create a homunculus is kind of gross. You can look it up if you want, but all I will say is that it involves fertilizing a chicken egg using a syringe. Next, you seal the egg off in a plastic container and keep it warm by wrapping it up in a cloth. For some reason, you also have to keep the area very dark. Perhaps this has something to do with witchcraft. No one can touch or disturb the egg in the slightest. You can't even look at it. If you do, you will kill the homunculus before it can hatch. After enough time has passed, about 10 days or so, you remove the egg from its container. The egg appears to have developed some sort of infection, but this could also be some normal part of the process. The YouTuber cracks open the disgusting egg, and this is what he finds laying inside.
Вот он наглядно виден, но это существо, конечно же, не может обладать какой-то высокоразвитой формой интеллекта. В лучшем случае это что-то на уровне амебы. Или там, может быть, медузы.
This tiny creature has no discernible features except for some long tendrils attached to a shriveled up central body. It looks like a chewed up white piece of gum, except it moves. Apparently, they are no smarter than a jellyfish. Maybe the ones from medieval times were more advanced. There's videos out there that tries to prove the homunculus experiment is fake, but then again, maybe they didn't do it right. Maybe they didn't wait long enough or else made some noise. The process is reportedly very delicate and can take at least a couple tries to master. Number 13, the Russian Yeti. A Russian police officer is roaming the snowy countryside when he comes in close contact with a creature that has since never been identified. The officer is traveling at a low rate of speed when suddenly something huge dashes across his headlights. The strange figure is only visible for a moment, then it's gone. Many YouTubers suspect this to be a Russian Yeti. Others are sure that it's a man in a suit or even someone who is completely naked, though this theory is hard to believe because a person in Russia would probably freeze to death if they stood outside naked for very long. Look closely and you'll see that whatever it is, it's moving quite fast. It only takes the thing about 5 or 6 steps to fully get away, and I should mention that the snowbanks on both sides of the tracks appear to be very deep. An average-sized person would be struggling way more to get over them. Zoom in and you'll see what looks to be white fur hanging off of its body. Also, it looks to be hunched over and its arms almost touch the ground. If this is a costume, it's very convincing. Number 12, the lizard bird. This happened somewhere in Monterrey, Mexico and was witnessed by dozens of people. It was so bizarre that it even made the local news. Flying high in the sky was some sort of aggressive creature the townsfolk had not seen before. It looked like some sort of hawk, but when it got closer, they could see that it was something else completely. Local wildlife officials were able to eventually wrestle it into captivity, but not without a fight. This is exactly what they saw.
Solo se trataba de una ave no muy conocida y de apariencia extraña, lo que ocasionó el temor de los vecinos del lugar.
The creature looks like a bird, but it has no beak. Instead, its mouth opens up like some sort of frog or lizards. Could this be some sort of reptilian bird hybrid? Number 11, the Icelandic sea monster. A man in Iceland seems to have video evidence of a possible local creature that is not unlike the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. Like so many others who witness unknown creatures, this person was innocently filming the native scenery when something unexpected happened to come across the camera. In this case, what appears to be a 20 or 30 foot long sea serpent winds across the icy waters, barely poking above the surface. This could be a piece of floating sea garbage, or even a fishing net, but others insist that its sidewinding movement is undeniably snake-like. It looks very predatory. If it was a piece of debris, it would move with the current. However, this one seems to zigzag against it at times. Number 10, the humanoid zoo. This footage was taken by an American tourist who was visiting Romania. He was just walking around a local zoo on his own, checking out the sights when he hears about a new attraction that is unlike any of the others. He is ushered into a dark farmhouse along with some other curious observers. Almost immediately, the tone of the video changes from skeptical to serious. It's hard to say exactly how, but something just feels wrong all of a sudden. You can hear the villagers talking among themselves, excitedly as they push past. Farm animals are making noises as the American makes his way deeper inside. This section is very dark now, and even though the Romanians are speaking in a different language, you can tell that people are sounding worried and concerned as they come closer and closer to the main attraction. Finally, the American tourist sees it for himself. Sitting across from them on a straw floor is what appears to be a white humanoid creature with black eyes and a wide gap for a mouth. It makes a series of tortured gurgling sounds and then charges towards its cage as the video quickly ends. It's hard to tell if this is a real creature or a man in a suit because the lighting is very dim. At the same time, Romania is a very rural country, and anything could be lurking in the woods. Maybe someone really did capture this thing and drag it back to society to be gawked at by paying crowds. If this thing is real, then the poor humanoid sounds like it's been severely mistreated and probably needs help. Number 9, Monster Crossing. This highway footage comes from Britain and is about 10 years old. It looks like just another normal night until an unknown creature comes scampering across 4 lanes of traffic in less than 5 seconds. It almost looks like a deer or dog at first, but a closer look shows you that its legs bend inwards at an odd angle. Its front and back legs nearly touch as it runs, almost like a cheetah, but such an animal, of course, is impossible to see in a place like Britain. The YouTube community seems to be split on this one. Some people insist that it's CGI, but others say that the footage is authentic. Even when zoomed and slowed down, the monster appears to jump over the median at the right time and narrowly avoids getting hit by the car. No other cameras have managed to pick it up since, or if they did, then the footage was never released to the public. Number 8. It came from Area 51. A group of friends are poking around just outside of the legal limits of Area 51 when they make a strange discovery. At first, the creature appears to blend in with the scenery, but look closely and you can make out a long head and a curly tail.
What is that, dude? Did you just change shape? Yes.
Look at this, dude. Look.
The creature stands up and appears to turn towards them. It must have a very good sense of hearing because its body language suggests that it has been startled by them. Suddenly, it disappears in a thin lay of bright white light, never to be seen again. If aliens can escape this easily, it's no wonder why they have rarely been filmed. Another explanation for this video, of course, is the possibility of CGI. Number 7, the forest creeper.
Yeah.
A group of men in Brazil are swimming in a local watering hole on a warm day. One of them gets out of the water and is about to jump in when the cameraman suddenly spots something standing behind them. Pay attention to the dark hole on the left.
Esse negócio atrás aí. De novo. Vem atrás aí.
The creature peeks out at them and then ducks away before the man can turn around. As they are curiously looking into the forest, the creature jumps across and runs away.
Sai daí, Bruno. Você me afastar, sai daí. Sai daí. Vai lá.
This is no ordinary forest animal. Zoom in close and you can barely see a small set of human-like legs. It looks to almost be as scared as everyone else as it retreats deeper into the forest. The quality of this video is poor, but the cell phone cameras aren't the greatest in the Brazilian countryside. It could be real or just special effects. Number 6, Les Aliens. This footage is believed to have been shot somewhere in France. It starts out with a UFO sitting on the hillside that quickly flies away. The next shot shows it hovering in the air, and then we are shown this footage of what appears to be a group of aliens conversing on the ground. It looks like they are talking about whatever it is aliens talk about as they casually observe their surroundings. Maybe they were talking about technical difficulties with their ship, or else they were simply stretching their legs between planets. It doesn't look like they are aware that they are being recorded. The UFO again takes off and disappears in a beam of light. Number 5, Mystery Corpse. It's large, round, and dead, but what is it? This unknown creature washed ashore the beaches of New York sometime around 2012. A lot of people are saying that it's just a washed up raccoon, but experts are saying no way. First of all, this creature looks like it has a beak-like jawbone, which raccoons obviously do not. The limbs are too short for a raccoon, and the skull is shaped way differently. Keep in mind that this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of Rebecca Alexis Turner, a person who has been working with possums, raccoons, and other forms of wildlife for years. So again, if it's not a raccoon or a possum, then what could it be? Who knows? Hopefully you'll never have a live one charge at you and find out. Number 4, the kitchen goblin. A mother in Argentina caught this strange sighting on tape while watching her son Benjamin play in the kitchen. The toddler is babbling away happily when suddenly a tiny creature runs across the kitchen floor. It starts out running around the corner and quickly disappears under the dresser. The mother says that this goblin stank horribly as it ran outside to their garden. She often hears Benjamin talking by himself in his room, but now she believes that he may have been communicating with the goblins. She thought the creature was a mouse at first, but after she saw it was running on only 2 legs, she didn't know what to think of it. Apparently, she claims to have captured the goblins on tape no less than 5 times, though this is the only video footage that has surfaced. Number 3, the English mermaid. Otherwise known as aquatic humanoids, mermaids have been long suspected of existing deep beneath the seas, though no credible video evidence has ever surfaced. Paul Jones was walking along the beach in Great Yarmouth when he makes this brutal discovery. A half-decayed mermaid laid rotting in the wet sand right before his very eyes. It had the scaly body of a fish right up to the mid-torso, at which point the upper body of the creature suddenly changed into that of a human. It was just like the legends had always said. The video and photography clearly shows that the washed up creature has human-like arms, which it probably used to paddle through the water, which is being propelled by a giant tail fin. The center of the mermaid corpse appears to have been hollowed out, probably eaten by a large predator. Its face is mostly rotten, but a grim expression gives the impression that it could have died in agony. If you look closely, you can still see both of the mermaid's unblinking eyes stare back at you. Number 2, the dog hunter.
In Great Yarmouth, I've been to Great Yarmouth before, and I've been to the Great Yarmouth beach. I highly bloody doubt that that was a real thing. I've been to Great Yarmouth before here in the UK. I highly doubt that that was real.
This video starts out as a normal shot of what looks like a restaurant in another country. The footage is pretty high quality. Nothing looks out of the ordinary, right? Well, pay close attention to the small dog as it passes through the frame. You'll probably see something walking closely behind. If you didn't see it, watch the footage again in slow motion. You'll see the dog walk out from behind the motorcycle. It's just sniffing around, minding its own business, when suddenly a transparent apparition comes stomping out from behind.
Oh god. What the hell?
Okay, what the heck is that? It looks like a demon or a reptile from another dimension walking.
Yeah, you can clearly see the two legs, one leg here, one leg here, a tail, the body, and then I guess the head around here.
On 2 legs. It's following the dog closely, almost like it wants the dog for its next meal. Nobody else seems to have seen the creature, but its electromagnetic frequencies appear to have been captured on tape. Skeptics are quick to say that this is just the dog's reflection. These appear to have been captured on tape.
Yeah, you can see the head around there, 2 legs, tail, whatever that
Skeptics
is.
are quick to say that this is just the dog's reflection, but if that were true, then shouldn't the reflection look similar to the original animal? This creature, on the other hand, has a long tail, 2 legs, and what almost appears to be T-Rex arms. I guess it kind of looks like the dog.
Yeah, and if you look closely,
Tail, 2.
The dog's shadow is there, and where the hell would the reflection even come from? It can't come from the motorbike, it can't come from the van, so where the hell did it come from if it's a reflection? Explain that.
2 legs and what almost appears to be T-Rex arms. I guess it kind of looks like the dog, but at the same time, doesn't there also look like there's some major differences to you? Before we get to number 1, if you've ever been curious as before running outside, he is trying to track the source of Colorado, Mexico in the future. 1. The Oddling. This video was taken in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico sometime in 2015. The person filming had been hearing loud disturbances all around his house and grabbed a camera before running outside. He is trying to track the source of the movement. It sounds almost like a squeaky trampoline. Nervous birds are chattering loudly nearby. The cameraman zooms in on some of his backyard plants, but whatever is making the noise isn't hiding there. Suddenly, a series of loud bangs come from directly above. He swings the camera around and this is what he finds. What would you do in this situation? Maybe you'd scream, run for cover, or even grab a weapon. This cameraman stands frozen in place, however, too shocked to make a sound. Suddenly, the humanoid creature scrambles over the roof and makes a hasty escape. The person runs into the house and gets away. Both of them appear to be equally afraid of each other. If this long skinny creature is not CGI, then what could it possibly be? Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Mum?
Ian?
Yeah?
I'm going to go and pick up Sean, alright?
Oh, you're downstairs?
Yeah, I'm just leaving.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Right.
It's alright.
Bye! she must have been calling me because I didn't hear anything, so... Preview.
Number 15. Deborah Kinsey.
Top 15.
Imagine giving an interview to reporters, having just taken the life of your next door neighbor. That's what 63-year-old Deborah Kinsey did after taking the life of her 64-year-old friend, Charlotte Nicholas. Kinsey called 911 and claimed she'd found her friend passed away, but it was later discovered that she'd taken her life with a screwdriver and took all of Nicholas.
God, hurry up, this computer is lagging. Exactly why would you take someone's life and then pretend? Like, why? Yeah. That looks alright. Is that a bit too big? I'm not too sure. I'll make it a bit smaller, just to be sure. Ooh, flipping out.
Discovered that she'd taken her life with a screwdriver and took all of Nicholas's jewelry to sell it off.
Why? And I didn't hear nothing, but I heard the TV going. So I opened her, she always left her door unlocked. So I opened her door and I walked in and called her name. So I walked in the kitchen and there was her body.
She'd been to a nearby pawn shop the same day of the event, wearing red-stained clothes. In the TV interview, Kinsey appears completely distraught, but text messages between the pair tell another story. Charlotte's fiance also confirmed that Nicholas had been having problems with her neighbor. Kinsey was taken into custody and charged for her actions. She'll have a hard time launching her acting career from behind bars. Number 14. Edward Wayne Edwards. Once appearing on not one but two TV shows, Edward Wayne Edwards' infamy came not from his TV appearances, but from making the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. Edwards appeared on To Tell the Truth in 1972 and What's My Line. It was before this To Tell the Truth appearance that Edwards was sought by the FBI. They caught him. He was taken into custody in Georgia in 1962. He'd been wanted for escaping from custody in 1955 and holding up gas stations for the cash.
Do we infer that you did not have a good relationship with your parents?
This is true.
In what way, number 3? In communications, as you indicate?
I was born an illegitimate child, so I never had a real mother to speak of.
For some strange reason, he was paroled only 5 years after his capture in '67, after which he went on to take 5 separate lives. Sometimes there's no justice in the justice system. Number 13. Grant Robichaux. This man is not a great look at the stars of the TV show Online Dating Rituals of the American Male. The show's goal was to give women an inside look about the way men think in the dating game, especially online. The episode that aired in 2014 starring Grant William Robichaux stated that the doctor was looking for love. On paper, Robichaux was perfect, a doctor who once won the title of Orange County's most eligible bachelor also sought perfection in someone. He said on the show, "With dating online, if a girl's not perfect to start with, boom, you've got to be out. I'm not looking for a party girl. I'm looking for a wife to raise a family with." But as it would turn out, Robichaux was far from perfect. In fact, he was a predator, and he wasn't looking for a wife so much as he was looking for prey. The 38-year-old wolf in sheep's clothing, along with his 31-year-old girlfriend, Carissa Laura Riley, stand accused of doing horrible things to unconscious women that they'd regularly pick up at bars. After searching Robichaud's phone, police detectives believe they did this hundreds of times. These are some seriously sickening online dating rituals. The pair may face up to life in prison. Number 12, Chris Watts. Another actor who was later discovered to be a very scary person was the recent family annihilation.
Seen this one, it's already on YouTube. I'm gonna shut this because I'm cold. Oh, flipping out. My legs are hurting really bad and it won't click. Oh, there we go. My legs are flipping hurting because of that cold. They actually really hurt. I don't know what to use to put my legs, to make my legs warm. Ugh. There we go.
Later, Chris Watts. Watts appeared in an interview with a local news station when his wife and 2 young daughters went missing. In the interview, he claims Shannon Watts returned from a business trip at around 2 a.m. and when he left the house around 5:15 in the morning, she was still at home, but when her friend came by the house around noon, she and her daughters had disappeared. He appears not so much rattled about their disappearance as nervous. He gives an unusually flat performance. At times he smiles and laughs, crosses his arms. To put it simply, he appears disingenuous. And as it would turn out, there was a reason for this off-putting performance. Not long after, he confessed to have taken the lives of his pregnant wife and their 2 daughters.
When I said we could be alive.
3-year-old Celeste and 4-year-old Bella. He led the police to their bodies. Chris later claims that he only took Shannon's life in a rage after seeing her take the life of one of their daughters while the other lay lifeless. When he told her he wanted a divorce, but he failed a lie detector test on that one. On November 6, 2018, Chris Watts pled guilty to his actions, for which he received 5 consecutive life sentences. To many, this was not severe enough.
What would you like to tell your wife?
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody.
Number 11. A lifeless person is wrapped in a blue tarp that was recently found in Camptown.
Yeah, we all know this guy took his mum's life and drowned her. And killed her first, wrapped her up and then drowned her, blah blah blah. Yeah, we know that.
I had no terrible coincidence interview by a body that his mother incidents
anyway,
taking his mother. Number 10. Jonathan Smits. In 1995, the Jenny Jones show featured 2 men. One, Jonathan Smits.
Oh yeah. One took the other man's life, blah blah blah.
Circus where.
Come on.
Imagine living 25 years with the darkest sin never letting up on your conscience, taking someone's life. That's what happened to Brian Hawkins, who was involved in taking the life.
Okay, a lot of these I've already seen and shown on YouTube already anyway, but... sorry about that. Weird throat burp then. Ready? I wonder if you could hear that actually. Right. I'm gonna end it here. I'm extremely tired and I just want to relax. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Oh god, there it goes again. Like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you guys get notified on when I upload a live stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Bye.